Begin with President Trump and his Department of Justice threatening and in some cases carrying out legal retribution against his critics. From political rivals to law firms to universities and other institutions, it seems like no one is off limits. And now the Justice Department has opened a civil rights investigation into the city of Chicago after comments from Mayor Brandon Johnson. Speaking at a church last week, Johnson put a spotlight on the black officials in his administration.
There are some detractors that will push back on me and say, you know, the only thing that the mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else. We are the most generous people on the planet. I don't know too many cultures that have play cousins. Having people in my administration that will look out for the interest of everyone, and everyone means you have to look out for the interests of black folks because that hasn't happened.
Yes, in Trump's world, celebrating diversity makes you a target of a DOJ civil rights investigation. Joining us now is Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago. Mayor Johnson, thank you very much for coming to the weekend. You know what the first question is going to be. It's that obvious. What is your reaction to the fact that you are under a civil rights investigation?
Well, good morning. Thank you, Jonathan, and congratulations. I thought the first question was going to be, when are you coming to Chicago with your book tour? But I'll accept it as a second question.
Mr. Mayor, it's Wednesday.
Okay, we'll see you there.
The Humanities Festival. Go on.
Perfect. Well, look, I'm incredibly proud that I have put together the most talented, competent, collaborative, compassionate, diverse administration in the history of Chicago. You know, it's unfortunate that, you know, the President of the United States of America has demonstrated a great deal of animus and disdain towards competent, compassionate, and diverse leadership. But it makes sense, though, because obviously his administration doesn't reflect the country. It reflects the country club. And when we put together my administration, I was very clear. I wanted to make sure that we had people who are capable, people who are passionate about transforming government. And that's what we've been able to do. Violence is down in the city of Chicago. Our investments are up, and we're working to build the safest, most affordable big city in America. And we're doing that together.
Mr. Mayor, we've seen the administration go after perceived rivals in other ways. I'm curious, what do you think they are trying to signal to the American people by going after folks with power and access like yourself?
This is a clear demonstration of not just animus, but intimidation. We've been here before in our country's history. We've been here before in our world's history. As a former public school teacher who taught social studies, I can tell you when people are standing up for the interests of working people and challenging the power structure, particularly the ultra-rich, people become increasingly intimidated by that. And so what they do is they fight back, and they do it in a very dramatic way. And one of those ways is to stifle and silence the voice of resistance. They also go after history. They go after the arts. They go after the culture. And this is something that I'm fully aware of. And the fact of the matter is this. I was elected to bring people together to solve the critical issues that working people are experiencing all over the country, whether it's food insecurity, whether it's the lack of housing. I've built 4,000 affordable homes, 1,800 are under construction now. We're going to build another 4,600 affordable homes in the next 18 months. We are hiring our young people, 29,000 jobs for young people this summer. We're expanding mental and behavioral health care services. These are the things that the American people want leadership to react to versus what Donald Trump is reacting to. And he's reacting to the interests of the ultra rich in this country. But the city of Chicago, we're going to remain firm, and we will not be intimidated by this tyrant.
Mr. Mayor, today is the 5th anniversary of George Floyd's killing. And as we remember that memorial, at the same time, alongside that, it coincides with the Trump administration, the Justice Department, pulling civil rights investigations in police departments. What does this say about this moment? And can you talk about what you're doing with policing in Chicago to try to prevent killings like that, which happened to George Floyd?
Well, this is why we have to have political and organizing working together. We have to resist the frame, quite frankly, of the tenor that is coming from this White House. And as we reflect on the brutality that has been carried out by the state, in order for us to build safer cities, we have to make sure that there's trust between law enforcement and the residents. We're doing that in the city of Chicago, building constitutional policing, solving crime, making sure our detectives have the tools that they need. But it's not just policing. It's policing and affordable housing. It's policing and mental health support services. It's policing and making sure that we have a workforce that can actually afford to live in a city. You know, that's why we abolished the sub-minimum wage here in Chicago. We've expanded paid time off where workers have 10 days off to spend time with their families. That's why this moment is so critical that we all come together, because these issues are connected. Unfortunately, there has been this addiction on jails and incarceration where we're doing it differently. The safest cities in America all have one thing in common. They invest in people. And that's what I'm doing in Chicago. We're going to build the safest, most affordable big city in America. And it's going to take all of us to do that.
Mr. Mayor, picking up on this, how concerned are you that the president will follow through on his multiple threats to use the military on the streets of Chicago to, in his view, get crime under control, to yank federal funding from Chicago? Your reaction to those threats?
Well, look, I take them seriously. You know, his actions have certainly been inimical to the interest of working people, but we're not going to cower to his hostility. I mean, here's, you know, what I'm really pleased with. Again, with a talented, well-qualified, diverse administration, homicides are down 21%, shootings are down, robberies are down, and investments are up. We are transforming this city with a collective response in a holistic way, the full force of government. And this is why I continue to challenge folks around this country, and we're doing this in Chicago. The best way in which we can have secure communities is by investing in them. You know, when there's good paying jobs, when we're investing in our education system. As a public school teacher, we just settled a teacher's contract where we lowered class sizes. We are providing more behavioral and mental health support services with social workers and counselors. We're giving control to the community so that the community can help direct the interest of their local schools. We're protecting Black history, LGBTQ+. We're also protecting immigrants. There's more than enough for everyone in this country. And that's why the city of Chicago and my administration is so focused on whether we are providing a pathway for reparations while also protecting immigrants. That's the story of Chicago. A Black Haitian immigrant and a Potawatomi woman established a trade post at the bank of the river because they knew that one day the city of Chicago will be the global capital of the world. And that's what we're ultimately administering. And there's a great deal of intimidation that this administration is trying to cast upon us, but we will not break, we will not cower. We're gonna stand firm on the values in which we were elected to do.
Mayor Brandon Johnson, thank you so much for being with us.